All right, so I get the mail. I get tons and tons of headshots and submissions. What is this? Oh, this is very cool. I did a manager agent night the other night. I was with 4 agents and myself, and one of the actors that I saw sent me this card, which basically simply says, thank you for your participation in the recent Biz of the Business representation class at ITA. It's nice. He's got a card, thank you card, with his card inside and a note. It's very classy. I appreciate that. Here's another one that sent me a card, you know, so follow up. This one was from Patrick Duncan. I love his acting. Great to meet you at ITA. Watch for my appearance in the web series Project Hollywood. And then on the back he has, so you can see what other actors are doing. Okay? I kind of want you to get an idea of what other actors are doing so that you see what you're up against. Let's see what this one is. This is a very pretty card. Look at the pretty card. And in it is her headshot and a small book, which I won't read to you. Thank you for coming to, not all of it anyway. Thank you for coming to the Agent Workshop at ITA yesterday. It was a pleasure meeting you briefly and being able to show our work to you. I really enjoyed hearing your no-nonsense approach to managing actors and how much work is involved in getting a role. I looked through your client list and thought that I could be a great addition to your group. And she goes on to tell me why. Oh, and he wants to take me to lunch to see if we would make a good team. And you know the interesting thing is about her? I don't remember her work. I don't remember her. I couldn't tell you what she played. I don't remember her. She didn't stand out to me as an actor that I remember. And the other one did. Oh, well. I appreciate that, though. And I'll look her back up to see maybe some other work in your own unique way. Okay, so now I got this card from someone. So a lot of times people do showcases and then don't bother even responding or writing anything to the agent or managers. But you should know that a lot of actors do, and that's what you're up against. So here's an agent, Nancy Daly. Man, she was funny. And she was good. She works a lot. I know she's already represented, so this is just really thoughtful. Thank you so much for joining us at ITA Agent Fest last night. I had so much fun, and it was a joy to meet you, and thank you again. What a sweet thing. And plus then she said she had to type up some kind of information to me about... Oh, she's just telling me things that she's doing really fantastic. She's with Coast to Coast for commercial and voice. She's booked a ton of her own projects, tons of projects. And it's great to keep in touch with actors. I just love, love, love actors, you know, and I get a ton of this mail every day, so I'm sharing this with you because if you're one of those actors that goes to a workshop and then doesn't send anything out afterwards, you're not being very competitive. And if you're one of those actors that goes to an agent workshop or a casting director workshop or a showcase and then doesn't send anything out afterwards, you are not going to stick out in the minds of the people. Now, even the one actress there that I looked at, who I don't really remember, I'm going to take a moment because she did that to look at her website, to look at her demo reels and look at the rest of the work. And it might have just been the type of scene that she did that wasn't that interesting. She may have some other work that's really great. I don't know. But because she took the time to do that, I'm going to take some of my time to follow up and look into her some more. And then, of course, I was invited to this showcase at the Beverly Hills Playhouse, which I would be happy to go to because, you know, I'm always loving to look for new actors. Okay, so in this video log, what we're going to talk about are resumes. Now, headshots. Woo, I got tons of them. Resumes. Okay, I get so many headshots and resumes. Can you see these? Can you see how many headshots and resumes I get? I don't know if you can see them, but I got like, how can you see this? Tons every day. We're going to talk about what makes a good resume. Okay? When you're absolutely brand new, you're not going to have very much on your resume. So let's pick someone who has who's like literally brand spanking freaking new. Okay? Brand spanking new. I'll keep her name out of it a little bit, but as you can see, she's done 2 films, a little theater, training, her education, and some of her special skills. Okay, so that's what goes on her resume. As you can see, it's got her name and address, not address, her name and contact information at the top. It's got whatever film she was in, whatever theater she's done, training she's had, and her special skills. It's not extensive because she's just brand new. As you grow and as you get more successful, it starts to change. You start to have lots of films, lots of television, partial list of theater, because she's done so much theater now, we got to write partial list on there. Okay, and her training and her special skills. Okay, you can see that. It's usually in 3 columns. The 3 columns represents the name of the role, the film, really the film that you were in, how you were billed, the lead, supporting. Don't forget the names of the characters, it doesn't matter. The director that you worked with, and sometimes the studio that you worked with, or where it was, where you shot it. Always the director. You may or may not see these. It may look kind of blurry, but I'm still trying to give you an idea of what it looks like. You know, some people's resumes are so darn extensive because they worked so much and for so long that, like, there's her films. Oh, looks blurry. How do I fix this? Let's see. Film. Tons of film. Television. Tons of television. Voiceovers. Peace on Earth. Commercials. Theater. Partial list. Training. Skills. Yike. Okay. Let's look at another one. Very simple. This person works so much they absolutely have to put partial list next to everything they've done. Partial list of films, television, highlights because they've done so much, highlights of the theater they've done. Okay, training, special skills. If you are trying to build a career as an actor, you are trying to build your credits, your work. All this running around trying to get an agent, and oh my God, I need an agent, I need an agent. You need to do the work. You need to be a great, great, great actor. So that when you walk into a casting director's room, your work is just stunning. Here's another actress. Let's look at her work. Alrighty, how do we get close enough? Huh. It's still so blurry. Here we go. Got to get real close on this, right? Anger management, client list. She's a co-star, recurring. Waverly Place, Desperate Housewives, Pushing Daisy. My name is Earl, Gilmore Girls. Blah 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 blah. Her supporting her film. She's not a big film star. She has a lot of television, some web series, her theater. Her training. By this time, her resume is so full of her work that the training is hardly relevant. But when you first start out as an actor, your training is what you have because you don't have any TV credits. Once you start building a ton of TV credits, you know, oh Lord, this woman's worked so much. Here's her motion pictures, television, theater selected roles. Whoop. Special skills. Her training isn't even on here anymore. You know why? Because the work speaks for itself. She'd done so much work, it doesn't matter where she was trained anymore. Okay, so if you're, I want you to get understand that though. If you're absolutely brand new and you don't have a list of films that you've done and a list of television credits that you've got, then what you do have is your theater and your training. That is so crucial, to do as much training as you can to help build up your resume, because when you walk into a room with other actors who have all that kind of stuff, you got to compete in some way, and that's the only way you can compete until you start booking. And as your resume grows, where you're booking and booking film after film after film, indie film, student film, non-union film, SAG ultra low budget, SAG low budget, SAG feature, film, and you're starting to do guest starring stuff, 5 and under, and a day player, and then you got a guest star and a co-star, and then pretty soon you've got so much work that you don't really need to highlight your training anymore. That's the goal. And you know how long that takes? It takes 10 years. It takes 10 years. Okay, so that's not an overnight process. If you look at IMDb, and I suggest that you all do that, go to your favorite actors, scroll all the way down to their very first job, and see where they started. They have probably put 1 credit on their resume, 1 or 2 credits every year for 5, 6, 7 years, and then they got a series that you happen to see them in. But they've been working 6 years just getting 1 or 2 credits. You'll find that's the absolute norm. So think of this whole process as a marathon, not a sprint. If you want to be in the game or in the race at the end, when you cross the finish line, you got to stay in the race. Pace yourself. Get one job after another, and do your best work. Be professional on the set. Be courteous to everyone you work with. Don't burn any bridges. Be respectful of every single person, from craft services all the way up to the director. Just enjoy the process and just keep ticking off, your goals, and keep putting stuff on your resume. I did this, I did that project, I did this project, and here's a project I did, and this, and this, and this. And by the look back at 10 years, you got a career. It's pretty amazing. Stick to it. Don't let anybody get in your way. Be smart. Differentiate yourself from everybody else by being aware of who you are, and do your very best work, and go for it. You only live once. Life is short, and this is your time. They always say, what are you going to do with your dash? Here's your birth date, your death date, and you have your dash in between. What you do with it is all up to you, and you can do almost anything in the world. I don't think we can fly to the moon yet without a rocket, but holy cow, you can do almost everything else. So don't doubt yourself. Don't second guess. Just push forward at full steam. Do your best work. Get out there and make it happen for yourself. Be your own ally. And have a wonderful day. I love all you actors. And if you want to ask me questions, wawentertainment@yahoo.com. Or follow me at Facebook, WAW Entertainment, or Twitter, WAW_Wendy. Take care.